For years, powerful analog sound meant huge, heavy keyboards. We were told to choose between convenience and character. But what if a synth offered the authentic analog filter of a Prophet 5 Rev 4 in a package you can carry with one hand? This isn't just one component. It's a full 5-voice analog powerhouse, engineered from the ground up to defy its size. Sequential didn't just shrink a synth, they reimagined how a compact instrument can perform and feel. We will break down the hardware, expose the analog soul, and reveal the smart features that make the Take 5 a true professional instrument. First, the proof of its portability. It measures just over 2 feet wide, and at 17 pounds, it's built for travel. This portability doesn't mean it's fragile. A full steel chassis means it's built for the rigors of gigging. And the keyboard is no afterthought. It has a premium 44-key Fatar keybed, the same type found in much larger synthesizers. So it's built like a tank and plays like a dream. But how does it sound so massive? The sound begins with its most vital piece of DNA, the 4-pole analog filter, a direct descendant of the one in the Prophet 5 Rev 4. A filter is only as good as its source. Each of the 5 voices has 2 beefy analog VCOs and a sub-oscillator for a rich starting point. Yet users agree it sounds bigger than a typical 5-voice synth. Why does it punch so far above its class? The answer is its hybrid design. The Take 5 has a pure analog signal path for warmth, but uses digital control for its modulation and effects for modern stability. A huge part of this modern power is its dual effects engine. You get a dedicated reverb plus a multi-effect with vintage chorus, delays, and more. This flexibility extends to the very core of the sound. The oscillators don't just have fixed shapes, they are continuously variable, letting you morph timbres smoothly. And for added character, a dedicated overdrive adds warmth, saturation, or aggressive distortion, making the sound feel bigger and more present in a mix. The architecture is powerful and flexible, but how does that translate to actually using it, especially during a performance? The answer is immediate: tactile control. Almost every function has its own knob or button, eliminating frustrating menu diving. Beyond live playing, it is a solid compositional tool. A 64-step polyphonic sequencer builds complex patterns, and the arpeggiator creates rhythmic lines. For pure synthesis, the factory switch is brilliant. Turn it off, and the sound instantly matches the physical position of all the knobs. So it's portable, powerful, and simple to use. But Sequential added 2 very clever features that truly set it apart. The first is the vintage knob. Why make a new synth sound old? Because true vintage machines had slight, organic variations between each voice. This knob mimics that instability. As you turn it up, it adds a beautiful randomness that makes chords sound richer and more alive. The second stroke of genius addresses the compact keyboard. The low split feature anchors the lowest note you play. This lets you hold a bass drone with one hand and play a lead with the other, effectively turning the small keyboard into 2 performance zones. So returning to our question, why does it sound so big? It's the rich analog core, the character from the vintage knob, and the polish from its effects. These functions show that Sequential wasn't just making a smaller synth. They were solving real-world problems for musicians. Now let's connect all the pieces. We saw the Prophet 5 filter, the heart of its classic sound. Then we saw the modern digital effects providing polish and space. We saw its compact size and durable build. But true portability also means leaving gear at home. No extra pedals or laptops are needed. The knob per function layout is perfect for pros performing on stage and ideal for beginners learning synthesis from scratch. The low split and vintage knob are more than just functions. They show a philosophy of maximizing musicality inside a focused design. The Sequential Take 5 is not a story of compromise. It is not portability or power. It is not vintage sound or modern abilities. It's an execution of both. It proves that with intelligent engineering, you can pack a legendary analog soul into a form that fits a modern musician's life. It is more than a compact synth. It shows how the right limitations can inspire boundless creativity. What do you think is its most impressive feature? The Prophet filter, the vintage knob, or its clever portability? Tell us in the comments.